Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do my daily Lenormand reading. And of course, I always lay out my man card for me in the morning. And, um, of course, representing me. At first, it looks pretty good. But I keep having concerns about the final card here. What I got was the number 20 card, which is the Garden. And then I have the Sun card, Central card. Really great card. I love that card. But these two are, I personally feel, the most positive type, some of the most positive cards in the deck. Of course, you also have the Star card, which is very positive, and especially if you get like the Sun and the Star and the Moon, that's um, really good stuff going on there because of your dreams and hopes. But the final card is the Mountain, and basically what I'm getting here, you're with the garden being about communities and so forth, and groups of people. Sitting next to the Sun card here, the Sun card seems to be, as course, is always about happiness and joy, and again popularity, especially within a community or groups of people. So originally, that's what I get with these two cards is attaining almost a fame or a fame type feeling that comes with this, and popularity within groups and so forth. This may end up starting, maybe earlier in a day, or something that's been going on. But what the stumbling block seems to be over here with the Mountain, because in reverse, the cards read different. If it were the Mountain here and then the Sun, I could see that completely different, which I actually did a reading the other day. I have to switch around here. But if you have the Mountain first and then the Sun, to me, it's basically like the Sun is coming up over that mountain. There's positive things on the way, success over getting over a stumbling block. But these are reversed. So uh, reversed order, what I basically get is that popularity, or that joyous feeling, and especially popularity with this garden card being here and that mountain being there. It seems to almost be something blocks it. Is what I get with that. More of the popularity that's going on, the joyous feelings, and good things are going on. Something comes along to kind of block that and slow things down. It kind of fades away. On this side, it's almost, I feel like the sun is basically fading down behind the mountain, which is, just because of everything being so bright, and then it's going into the mountain, as opposed to having the mountain and then going into uh, the sun, which is something more positive there. So that seems to be the case, and probably this well could be, like, on my Herman's Vision Facebook page, because it seems to go through fluctuations. I have tons of people that'll the post will get out to, and it'll get a C, and then all of a sudden it drop. Especially with the new Facebook deal that they started here a month or so ago. It may have been longer than that, where they want you to pay for posts, because I started my page as a business page, and that's just, I think, ridiculous. I'm not paying for posts. That's the reason I always put my videos in the comments section, because if you actually put your link in the actual post itself, it doesn't go out. Out of almost 300 people, I think it's 270 some people on there, it'll go out to 10, 15 people, which is ridiculous. I'm not paying them, for a page that I never had to pay for and worry about before. Either way, yeah. That's my gripe and complain about the Facebook deal right now. But anyway, the same thing. I want to look at these outer cards here. Again, you have community, popularity, so forth. And with that mountain here on the outside, it's almost a feel of a loneliness. I see, if you're standing up, you're on a mountain, you're all alone, you're kind of by yourself. I mean, this way I could see it, more of a vacation type deal, and then being around a lot of people. But with it sitting this way, it works differently. And So that basically community and so forth, and then going into the mountain here where there's lots of people and then there's nothing. There's nothing but a big old cold mountain that's got snow on it and feeling cold and kind of lonely and so forth. So that seems to be, maybe there's going to be some fading. This could be, an entire different situation, but that's what I feel. Maybe even feelings of loneliness that happen to come up. You know, talking to people and having communications with people and things going well and so forth with groups of people. But then all of a sudden it seems to kind of slip away and fade away and goes into this big, cold, lonely rock. It's the mountain, which that's just how things go. I mean, you always have ups and downs and stuff like that, which is nothing major. Um, and it may be me, maybe I'm going to be doing things and be busy. More than likely taking care of uh, the baby and taking care of the kids, because if Michelle's going to work all day, I try to do that. And I also need to kind of get to myself, learning and working more. And I'm going to go ahead and pull one more card just to take a look. Well, looky there. Bingo. Oh, and the heart. So again, it connects with this, but this is a relationship deal. So there's going to be the happiness and so forth. There's kind of a block with the relationship. Um, and these two cards would be the central cards in that situation. So kind of a block and relationships and tender feelings and so forth. Maybe there's going to be an issue where maybe I'll hurt somebody's feelings or vice versa. Um, and that could, not necessarily meaning to, but that could be the situation. So the next thing I pull here, just to take a look, just because I just feel like pulling cards and see what it works out. Now this way I would read the central cards, these, and then these, and then these, and then these cards. The three in the center, these two, and then these outer two. That mountain would be the central card, and that's a 5 card spread. You can do a 3 card, you can do a 5 card, or whatever you really want to do. But that's what I like to work with. I haven't been using 5 cards on dailies. I started off doing that, and it was basically confusing to me. But with that mountain and that heart coming up, I also kind of get, because the mountain's first there's some kind of blocking this and that, but what's coming forth seems to be a relationship. So if whatever block or fading that went on here, it does seem like always it's going to go back into good things. Uh, Basically, that mountain turns into um, things of eventually good feelings and so forth, is the way I'm kind of reading that there. Um, but again, I get more of that loneliness because that sun on this side and the mountain and there, just like I was talking about before. And then the heart comes up. So again, loneliness, relationships, and so forth. I, but with it coming after it, of course, this will kind of move into it. Now, that heart and that moon showing up right there. This is more basically, I think, kind of dreaming about, or maybe even fantasizing about things, relationships, and so forth, being good and getting better and so forth. But it is a good sign, because with that being on the mind and everything, it seems to be more of there's going to be maybe intimacy and stuff like that, and almost get dreaming about it with that mountain. But later, it seems that closeness or intimate. So this is going to be more close and personal type relationships is going to end up coming out with that, right, with that whole situation right there. I do have the garden, and I do have that with the moon on the outer two right there, and very very good situation. Maybe possibly with community or and people and so forth. There, maybe a handful of people or friends or whatever may have some things on their mind, kind of like dreaming, so to speak. Almost creative type, something they're dreaming about doing together, or maybe talking about. Say, hey, let's start some kind of community for this. You know what I mean? And with a stardom type thing. But what needs, I think, to be looked at with these two, even though it's these two right here, I see the sun right there. So I think the ego has a connection in with that, and that needs to be watched out for, because I think I feel more of with these two, the sun and community. There's in that having that ego situation, especially with that mountain in the center here. This card over here feels more like this could just be dreaming, and more on a more personal type satisfaction thing to basically go for popularity or something like that. So that could be something that's talked about. So it could be a dreaming about it. And of course, if I pull more cards, it would tell me. And especially if I laid them down this way, because I could read them this way. But either way, that's something maybe that's going to be talked about with somebody later on. And either way, that's going to be my reading for the Lenormand cards today. I do thank you for watching, and I will be back later.